This is Agricultural Research Council of Nigerian Television. My name is Joshua Ishal. Welcome to another interesting episode of the program Back to Farm. Back to Farm is a program that tells you all you need to know so you can actually venture into agriculture. Over the years, one of the biggest problems that bedevils agriculture is fertilizer. And of course, a lot of people have improvised some other means so they can actually get the fertilizer to put on their farms. On that note, cow dung has always been an alternative for fertilizer. It's more reason why we decided to come as far as this very place to bring to you how you can actually make use of the cow dung as a means of fertilizer in our farm. So stay tuned as we embark on this.
Would you eat synthetic meat? Food production technology has progressed to the point where we are able to create meat analogues derived from soybeans, gluten, and other plant products. Beyond Meat products are readily available in supermarkets as well as some fast food chains like Burger King and Carl's Jr. If this plant-based imitation meat isn't your thing, you can simply get your protein elsewhere. Food cultures around the world have heavily featured plant-based meats such as tofu or falafel for hundreds of years. But synthetic meat is not plant-based. It's meat. Lab-grown, artificially produced meat. Thanks to recent innovations in food production technology, consumers may see lab-grown meat in their supermarket aisles very soon. Numerous companies around the world, such as Upside in the United States and Future Meat in Israel, have been hard at work getting ready to bring their lab-grown cultivated meat to the masses. For the first time, they'll be able to say, no animals were harmed in the making of this meat product.
Real meat, not harming animals.
Instead, workers cultivate small clumps of animal cells in large industrial-grade vats over a period of weeks. During this time, these clumps of cells are grown or cultivated into muscle tissue or meat. Effectively, this means that Upside is able to manufacture real meat in this facility without harming any animals. But how exactly is this done? The first step of this 2 to 8 week process is extracting the cells. After giving an animal a small dose of anesthesia, they extract a small amount of cells from it. These cells are then placed in bioreactors, large steel vats designed for cell culture applications. Inside these vats, scientists can grow tissues or cells far beyond the cellular level. Inside the bioreactor, these cells are fed an oxygen-rich cell culture medium or nutrient broth to further promote their growth. This cell culture medium aims to simulate the environment inside an animal's body and thus contains nutrients such as amino acid, vitamins, and glucose. This nutrient bath encourages the cells to grow normally as they would inside the animal. Eventually, once these cells have multiplied enough, they turn into muscle tissue or a mass resembling ground meat. To shape the tissue into specific cuts of meat such as chicken breast or a prime cut of steak, scientists introduce fat cells and connective tissue cells into the culture. This isn't just for show either. The fat cells and connective tissue enhance the cultivated meat's overall flavor. Scientists can even control the nutritional value of the meat by altering the nutrient broth the cells are bathed in during the cultivation process. Despite the massive amounts of progress they've made with their meat manufacturing process, Upside is running into the same problems encountered by the other meat manufacturers of cultivated meats. For one, the business of cultivated meat is expensive. Each state-of-the-art facility required to produce cultivated meat costs millions of dollars to construct and maintain. Couple that with the overall cost of production, and you end up with a relatively expensive product that might be a hard sell for some consumers. Thankfully, companies like Future Meat have been able to bring production costs down significantly. Recent reports indicate that each Future Meat chicken breast costs $1.70 to produce. That's in stark contrast to the $330,000 burger patties of the first public tasting of cultivated meats back in 2013. Aside from replicating the nutritional value in real meats, it's also crucial to offer consumers a product that tastes, smells, and feels just like the real thing. Upside has found some success with producing cultivated meat similar in texture and flavor to chicken breast. Other cultivated meat producers around the world have also made significant headway with their products. For instance, the Tel Aviv-based food tech startup Supermeats hosted a well-publicized taste test for Israeli food journalist Michal Ansky. Despite Ansky's refined palate, she was unable to distinguish between traditionally grown chicken meat and Supermeat's cultivated product. Once the cultivated meat industry takes off, we may finally be able to rein in the increasing environmental cost of feeding our world's population. More than a third of the world's greenhouse gas emissions come from the food production industry, with a large chunk of that attributed to meat production. By offering a cleaner, lab-grown alternative, we may be able to mitigate the growing stress our ballooning global population is placing on the environment. Along the way, we might even be able to get cultivated meat similar in texture and flavor to Wagyu beef. That would be quite the delicious bonus.
See this? The world has a long history of using cow dung, bovine animals' excreta, as crop rotational resources in different ways. Cow dung is a source of diverse group of microorganisms that are beneficial to plants and humans as well, due to their ability to produce a wide range of metabolites. several cow dungs, microorganisms exhibit proven ability to enhance soil health and fertility. This research explained the swift composting methods of cow dung with minimum or no loss to its microbial composition. The process involves inoculation of the cow dung with some microbial inoculants. A combination of a pit and heap method was used in this experiment. The method applied fastened the composition process and the composition cow dung within 30 days. Additional enrichment with biocapsules loaded with concentrated biofertilizers has proven an increment in nutritional value of the cow dung compost. Research also supported superiority of pit method of composing over heap methods. The research will support farmers and the farmyard manure producers to cover their animals' excreta in high nutritional compost, which further will enhance soil health and will also help in achieving economic growth. The process will also help municipal corporations in the composing animals' excreta in compost with enhanced potential. Introduction: an ideal agricultural system is sustainable, maintains and improves human health, benefit to the environment, and plays a key role in the rise of human civilization. Soil is the main component of agricultural system that provides numerous essential ecosystems for necessary production of food surplus, for increasing world population. For more and healthy crop productivity, soil health management is needed. Therefore, completion in soil fertility is the main challenge and constraint to food security. To meet our agricultural needs of fertilizer and improve soil fertility, chemical fertilizer have been used from the past, and the modern agronomy practices too. The use of chemicals in agriculture is not only responsible for the increasing yields, but along with have causing widespread of ecological damage and negative human health effects. Many chemical fertilizer applications lead to loss of biodiversity due to its harmful effects on the non-targeted plants and animals due to persistence in soil. Some chemicals are not easily degradable, so it leads to leaching. The groundwater and surface water and contaminate the environment, and by entering in food chain influences human health to a large extent. The high intensity of chemical application has become a serious cause of concern in recent years. Therefore, chemical application results in several negative effects in the environment that cannot be ignored. Therefore, there is a growing need to promote the use of alternative methods to mitigate the harmful effects of chemical fertilizer on human health and the environment. Organic farming techniques include crop rotation, green manure, compost, and biological pest control will be the best substitute of chemical fertilizers. Amongst all alternatives, compost is the most important source of biofertilizer, and due to raw material dung available in bulk, may be a very effective and cheap alternative of chemical fertilizer. Cow dung is traditionally used as fertilizer in Asian and African countries for many decades due to providing resistance in plants against pests and pathogens, stimulate plant growth, along with mineral, phosphate and sulfur solubilization. It helps to improve productivity long term with maintaining the soil health and enhances the microflora. Manure made from cow dung improves organic content of soil and leads to an increase in porosity and water holding capacity of soil. By application of compost prepared cow dung in proper and sustainable way, we can enhance yield and productivity along with minimization of pathogenic bacterial and fungal attack on crops field with reducing the use of chemical fertilizers. Therefore, improper use of cow dung should be stopped and used as organic manure for maintaining and improving productive and sustainable farming system. Cow dung is mainly composed of lignin, cellulose, and hemicelluloses, can be defined as the undigested residue of consumed food materials being excreted by herbivorous animal species such as cows, bullocks, and buffalo. It also contains various minerals such as nitrogen, potassium, sulfur, cobalt, iron, magnesium, copper, and manganese. Indian cows also contain higher amount of calcium, phosphorus, zinc, and copper. That amount of calcium, copper than the crossbreed cow. Cow dung also rich in microbes such as Bacillus, Conibacterium, and Lactobacillus. Cow dung also rich in microbes such as Mycobacillus, Conibacterium, and Lactobacillus of bacteria, and yeast Saccharomyces and Candida. Ranthaha, several bacterial genera such as Citrobacter, Cursa, Enterobacter, Erogens, Escherichia coli, Klebsiella, Oxytoca, Klebsiella, Nimani, Cluvera, Mogarella, Mogani. Cow dung also reported by someone so to presence of natural occurring beneficial microorganisms, harmful organisms, weed, seed, too much salt for dry soil. So microbes may be pathogenic in nature, so can spread disease in food crops. In raw, from it may also contain high level of sodium and toxic ammonia, depending on cattle feeding, and disagreeable odor may cause problems in arid or semi-arid areas and low rainfall areas and crops. Whereas in manure or compost form, cow dung is the best alternative to chemical fertilizers because it not only enhances the fertility of soil and improves crop productivity, but also reduces various types of pollution caused by raw and mass cow dung and saves the environment. That's why it's usually recommended that cow dung be aged or composted prior to its use in crop or fields as fertilizer, by keeping the above yields in mind. The present research work entitled Black Gold Cow Dung Turns to Agricultural Treasure by Swift Composting Methodology. There are mainly two ways for preparation of cow dung compost traditionally. First is anaerobic composting, and another one is aerobic composting. Combato method. Indian indoor pit and heap method. These methods mainly draw back its required long time period for compost preparation, ranging from 3 to 6 months, and long time. Beneficial organic matter and mineral present in cow dung may be leached out in soil and prepared compost. May does not have more beneficial values like fresh cow dung. Some rapid composting methods are also available, such as aerobic, high temperature composting in pits, and heap and composting using effective microorganisms. By all methods, we can achieve compost, but with many disadvantages like long time periods, needs of some other type of waste, environmental pollution due to foul odor of gases released from stored cow dung for a long time. So here we see Agro tried got success to make compost of cow dung solely, in short-term period of 30 days by using microbial inculants for rapid biodegradation and decrease the bad odor. After compost preparation, we add other agricultural important microbial inculants by smart delivery as biocapsule for enrichment and to enhance its efficiency as fertilizer in crop fields. These features makes this compost unique and more effective than standard compost. We mainly appear a combination of fast and hot composting methods. By preparing peat heap, both method consists of mainly 6 steps. Number 1 step: peat preparation with cow dung. Preparation of cow dung, mixing the desired microbials, covering, mixing, recovering, drying, bioenrichment, peat methods. Feed was prepared and approximately 1 empty of collected cow dung filled in its pit. Trichoderma mixed properly in 40 liters of water and applied on it. Whole mixture mixed thoroughly with required water quantity because for their composting about 50% moisture content is needed in pits. More moisture may create soggy mass, whereas low moisture may inhibit the decomposition process. The pit was covered with tarpaulin or plastic polythene sheets and let this sit for 3 days without turning. On the 4th day, sheet was removed from pit and mixture was turned from outside to inside and inside to outside. 250 grams of Pseudomonas mixed properly in 25 liters of water and apply on the pit mixed well. Then pit covered again and sat for 3 days as previously done. On the 8th and 12th day, second treatment of Trichoderma and Pseudomonas was done on the cow dung mixture respectively. After proper mixing again covered and sat for next 3 days. On the 15th day and the 19th day, proper mixing was done by removing the cover. On the 21st day, about 15 cm of upper layer was collected and dried by placing on other surface, whereas remaining material was again covered for next days, followed by proper mixing. On the 23rd day, 27th and 29th day process was repeated as 21 day. On the 30th day, all cow dung manure was dried by placing it on their surface. When most of mixture reached up to 24 capsules of each biopage fertilizer, dissolved in 50 liters of water, homogenized and sprayed on cow dung compost by maintaining moisture level up to 30% observation while taken regularly. Any disadvantages like long time period, need of some other type of waste, environmental pollution due to foul odor of gases released from stored cow dung for a long time. So here we tried and got success to make compost of cow dung solely without using any other waste in short term period of 30 days by using microbial inculants for rapid biodegradation and decrease the bad odor. After compost preparation, we'd add other agricultural important microbial inculants by store delivery as biocapsules for enrichment and to enhance its efficacy as fertilizer in crop field. These features make this compost unique and more effective than standard compost. We mainly apply a combination of fast and hot composting method by preparing pits and heap. Both methods consist of mainly 6 steps. Some rising composting methods are also available, such as aerobic high temperature composting pits and heap on composting using effective microorganisms. By all methods, we can achieve compost, but with many disadvantages like long time period, need of some other type of waste, environmental pollution due to foul odor of gases released from stored cow dung for a long time. This is Agricultural Research Council of Nigerian Television, and of course your first agricultural TV station in Nigeria. The program has been Back to Farm, where we came as far outside and outskirts of the comforts of the studio to make sure we bring to you the program Back to Farm. And on this episode, of course, you got to know about how you can actually use, or the uses of, cow dung for manure, that is to say, in place of your organic fertilizer. On that note, to come to the end of the program, I'm sure next you see cow dung anywhere and you are a farmer, you know how important it is for you to actually apply them so you can actually have a very bountiful harvest at the end of it all. Until some other time, have a wonderful day ahead. Bye for now.